first time getting a reading done?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so let me explain a little bit of how it works. Is that I tune into your energy, and then once I'm connected, I hear words, I see pictures, I tell you what I'm sensing and feeling, and I just kind of describe it to you. My connection to spirit is not like a whole conversation like we're having. It's just kind of a couple words, pictures here and there, and I got to describe everything, tell you what I'm hearing, tell you what I'm seeing, and it may not hit you right away because most people it doesn't. I tell people certain things and then they're like, no, and then I'm like, okay, well, what is your questions? And they'll ask me, and it's like, okay, I already answered it, you know, before you asked. So just pay very close attention. It may not hit you right away. You may not be like, oh yeah, but later on down the road, throughout the reading, it'll all come together and make sense. It kind of feels like things kind of unraveled really quickly this past year. It seems like there was a break where things were going really, really well, but then it's like all of a sudden just like boom, and everything just started to fall apart. Does that make sense? Okay. What's with the driving and the traffic stuff going on, or tickets or something like that with the vehicle? What does that mean to you? Because I feel like I'm having to go to court.
My mom.
I also feel like we need to talk about the father situation too. You know, I just kind of feel like a lot of verbal stuff that you've had to endure up until you were 9. I feel like 9 years old, it kind of feels like everything went downhill. I kind of feel like separation, it's like it's not just you, but maybe separation of you and your brother and sister, or separation in you and your siblings. Was there like 4 total or 3?
Of my siblings? It's 4.
4.
And then the 5 of me.
You have the baby sister? Who's the baby? Or this little sister? Or are you the youngest?
Well, I was the baby. There's actually, I have 5 siblings.
Okay.
I have a little brother.
Okay. He has feminine energy. I don't know why. Okay. Doesn't mean that he's gay or anything. It's just that his energy is not very strong masculine. So it's like, it's just telling me the baby. He's the baby. Very talkative. Right? Very, not just talkative, but he tells it like it is. He's very outspoken and spontaneous. Does that make any sense? Like spunky. Almost like a woman or a female or a little young girl that's just kind of like flamboyant. Okay? Hold on. He's still with your mom? Who's this female that he's with?
His mom.
His mom. Okay. No communication with siblings is what I'm hearing. No communication. Feels like even if you try to talk, there's a lot of like he said, she said, or different stories. Does that make sense? Nobody can agree on what happened. Everybody's choosing sides is what I'm hearing. Does that make sense? Now your father and the person that we're talking about that was in the household when everything happened, they're not the same person, are they? Would be a stepdad, or just a different person that tried to play the man role. Does that make sense? Was he into drugs? What was the addiction part?
Okay, I'm confused. Are you talking about when I was 9, or are you talking about now?
They're saying recent now.
There's a few different things when it comes to addiction. I don't know if I'm supposed to like.
No, it's time to validate.
I was struggling with addiction, and my dad struggled with addiction, and my mom struggled with addiction.
Okay. But it just feels like every male person that came in, because it doesn't feel, it felt like an on again, off again relationship with your mom and your dad, and it felt like there was other men that came in. Okay. Is it all 4 have different dads, or is it just?
We have the same dad.
Oh.
Well, 4 of us do, and then my other brother has a different dad.
Different dad. Okay, got it. Yeah, because it kind of felt like, okay. So with that being said, it just kind of felt a lot of verbal stuff, verbal like altercations or verbal abuse. But that came recent, is what I'm being told. And that's what caused everything to just kind of unravel. Does that make sense? Recently. What happened in December? Because it felt like exploded.
CPS showed up, and my daughter got taken away.
Was this while you were living with your mom?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Somebody tried to fight. I see a woman fighting, punching, like, no, you're not gonna, and having to hold her back. Was that your mom, or was it you?
It was, well, we didn't really, nobody fought. I mean, me and my mom would fight, but
Okay.
in a sense, I guess, I didn't really fight anybody behind it, but there was a man I was with who had threatened to call on me, and, like, we got into it.
Got it. Because I feel like verbal altercation, physical altercation, like, no, you're not gonna do this to take this person away from me. Do you understand, like, all that kind of going on?
With a female?
Yes.
Yes, my ex-girlfriend.
Okay. They're saying that it's good that you cut ties. But here's the thing, I still feel like there's still communication or still talk with people that you really, really need to cut ties with. Okay. They're saying a lot of people involved. Who is also the younger male or the male around your age too that's kind of involved on the female side? Friend-wise.
That's involved, like, as a bad thing or a good thing?
In the middle, caught in the middle, or
Alec.
a part of it too.
Alec, I would think.
What is his role in all of this? Because he kind of like the person that was like talking, and I don't know if it was a good talk, but it feels like both. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know when someone kind of plays both sides? They tell you what you want to hear, and then they tell the person what they want to hear, but they're really not.
I don't really know. I don't know. It could be.
Is Alex thin? Alex
Yes.
thin and tall?
Yes.
Okay, they're referring to him. He's not mixed, is he?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, not black, but he's like Mexican, yeah.
Okay. They're referring to him. You gotta cut ties with him too, because they're referring to him as a wolf in sheep's clothing. Okay. So again, he's not completely honest with you. He tells you what you want to hear, right? Just so that maybe it's so that he doesn't create conflict with you. Does that make sense? Does this resonate with you?
In a way, but Alec is like someone who has been very positive in my life. Like, he's done nothing but help me.
Okay. But that's the thing, is to your face.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand the whole concept here is what they're saying is that they tell you what you want to hear, right? They're being positive on your end, but behind your back, he's probably talking bad about your situation or saying really bad, nasty things about you. Do you understand? So again, it's almost like, again, this person's two-faced, right? So again, Spirit is saying to me that you're going to hear, it's all going to come together. It's all going to make sense come June. Is there another court date in June? Or what's in June?
I don't really know.
Something in June to expect it. Okay? Very important time frame, very important date. Which grandmother was the one that passed with heart condition or lung stuff?
Grandmother.
Who's the one that has heart stuff? It's like a grandmother-like figure, or someone that's like a grandmother. She's coming through. Almost like it's like I had either a breathing problem or heart stuff. I honestly feel like she was a little on the heavy side too.
That's weird. It could be my sister's grandma.
Okay.
Or it could be, the only person I could think about that's heavy was Pat, and she was on my mom's side though.
Okay. Bring in the connection stronger, Spirit. Aunt. She comes in like a grandmother-like figure or a mother-like figure, and it's almost like she has heart condition, or she has either she smoked a lot and she just has issues with her lungs, and this very well could be, it's still family, but they're also yelling at me the word aunt, father side.
It's weird, I don't know.
Okay. Don't worry about it. It'll come in, and you know what happens is that when y'all talk about it later on, about what was said, it ends up, oh, that's who she was talking about. Short hair.
Short hair?
Mm-hmm.
My Aunt Danette?
Okay, who is she from? What side of the family?
That was my mom's side, though.
Ah, okay.
She drank a lot.
Okay. And did she also have issues with like anxiety?
Yeah.
That's the chest thing, because everything in anxiety is always like, you know, it's either
she smoked a lot too.
Yeah, smoke. So you understand what I'm saying? Okay, so it's the mother. It's the mother side.
She wasn't heavy set though. Like, I don't remember. She's my favorite aunt though. That's her.
Yeah, her energy vibration is coming in, and they're saying to me, voice of reason, but not for you guys. It feels like maybe it was for your mom, because there's something with this person and also dealing with the father.
Oh, my mom and her used to like do things together, I guess you could say.
Okay. Open it. When you do this, it's like you close off.
Okay.
Right? So you got to be as open as possible, because then it's like pulling teeth trying to figure out where they're coming from in regards to this.
Well, I'm open.
They're really pushing for you to go back to school.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying take a trade. Not go back to school for like an associate's or anything like that, but something like either with cosmetology or something that you learn right away, and like a 6-month or like a certificate type base.
Cosmetology is my thing.
Okay. So it's like a certificate type base, but it feels like you're not going to be ready for that until like July or August, when the next go around, like the next enrollment type thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it feels like.
I can't start K-12 till next year. We're gonna get my GED.
Got it. Okay. So you'll have to wait till the next enrollment availability, but it still feels like still along the line of like July, August.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on. Because it kind of feels like they're wanting to go into the direction of the daughter and the father. Her father.
Mm-hmm.
What are your questions in regards to that? They're saying resolve issues.
I don't really know. I tried to, give him chance after chance, and it's like he doesn't want anything to do with her. So.
Okay.
My question, I guess the question I always give is like, how could you not want anything to do with something that you helped create?
He wasn't ready for fatherhood, is what they're saying.
Yeah, I knew that.
He will later on when she gets a little bit bigger. It kind of makes me feel like he'll have another child.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be like he's older, like 22, 21. He'll be in his 20s.
He is 20.
Okay. So in his 20s, which is before he hits 30, he's going to end up having another child.
Mm-hmm.
And when he has that interaction with this other child, they're saying boy, that it's going to make him think about his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's going to make his way back.
He's met her once.
Okay. But he will make his way back to be there. Do you understand? So they're saying you have to resolve any issues. Don't let petty stuff get in the way.
Yeah, and I've been very good about that. I feel like I am upset that he hasn't been around, but I can't force somebody to do anything.
Right. But when he comes in, and remember that it's not about what happened, it's about then and there, that time, at that moment. Like, forget about the past. It's going to be hard, but you know what they're saying? Let the petty stuff go to help resolve your issues that y'all have, okay? I do feel like he'll take more responsibility, and his, I keep hearing sister. So the little brothers or the sister or the sibling, they're going to be able to grow up with each other, okay? Again, this is not you having a child. This is him. This is when everything's going to hit him and wanting to be a father. They're saying that you need to remain single for a while, right? Because they're saying that they want you to get out of the drama mode.
Okay.
Okay. In other words, a drama detox.
Okay.
Okay. Sometimes we can be addicted to drama. Whenever we have addiction-based tendency, addiction is not just alcoholism. Addiction is not just drugs. It can be addiction to food. It can be addiction to, again, drama.
Yeah.
Right? So they're saying to do a drama detox, and you'll start to see everything just kind of fall into place. Because right now it feels like it's like this.
It is.
You know? And they want it to be like this. And you will have it like this. Okay. They're saying by 2022, they're saying something about you leaving or making plans to have your own place. Everything will fall into place. Everything will get together in the way, and it's like alignment is what I'm hearing. Alignment is the word. They're saying that you asked for a miracle. You asked for things to get better, for things to change. And in order for things to change and to get better, it all has to come apart. Do you understand? Because how else were you going to get out of your environment? It's almost like everybody was stuck in that environment with no place to go, because it's almost like everyone needed to be there for mom, right? And what happened is that you started to feel guilty. You felt guilty. So when you prayed and you asked for the miracle, it's not the miracle that you asked for. Yeah, CPS came out. Yeah, all these other things happened, right? But that was like a wake-up call, not just for you, but for the family, and to allow everybody to finally go their way. You have some that, again, are still upset. I want to say maybe the older siblings or the older sisters that are upset, like, how could you do this? How could you leave mom? How could, you know?
Well, my older sister is upset with me because she's the one who has my child. She's upset that I did this. But it's weird because I felt so stuck in my mom's house, and I felt very dark and like just.
But see, here's the thing. They're saying repeat patterns.
Yeah.
This is, and here's the thing. Sometimes we have no control of a cycle that keeps getting repeated from mom to children, to children, to children, to children, right? And until somebody finally says stop, enough, right? Or somebody decides that they want to actually cut the cords and break free.
And that was my problem. I felt guilty for wanting to leave her. I felt guilty for, like, after so many years of us not being together, that we were finally together, and I was letting her hold me back from a lot of stuff.
But that was also a sense of obligation.
Yeah. I allowed it to happen.
Right. But here's the thing, is that you have to learn that you're not your mother's savior. Do you understand? Your responsibility is to your daughter. You're your own mother now, right? And so you don't want to repeat that cycle. And that's what you have to be very careful of. Do you understand? So when you get out of that drama and you go into a drama detox, you actually decide to take yourself out. So in other words, your mom's going down this line, and all your siblings are going down this line, but you also have people that have decided to branch off and do their own thing, right? Do their own life. So they're no longer in this drama cycle. So when you decided to branch off, you still have the choice of whether or not you carry on that same vibration with your daughter. And so that's what they're saying, to let go of the drama detox, let go of all the drama. And when that happens, you'll start to see that your life changes for the better. Your daughter grows up and she doesn't have the same addiction issues. And so this is where the healing begins. Okay? I still get this woman telling me that you need to hear that they're proud of you. Okay? Or maybe this is you and your inner self saying, I just need to hear that I'm doing the right thing, I'm going down the right path, and that people are proud of me. Do you understand? The only sense of approval that you need is yourself. Do you understand? Because if you worry about other people giving you the sense of approval, they're not going to do it. They're going to give you the criticism, they're going to criticize you, they're going to judge you. But here's the thing, what matters the most is that you're doing the right thing, and the sense of approval comes from self. Okay?
This woman, do you get an age from her or anything like that? Is she very old?
This is your
younger?
higher self. This is you.
Oh.
This
Okay.
is your future you that I'm connected to, which is actually the first time I've ever had that happen. But this is you.
Is
She's
she pretty?
she's telling me that she's stronger. You understand? What doesn't hurt you makes you stronger, and nothing has ever physically hurt you. Emotionally, yes, right? But through our emotions and our strength and our self-determination is what I'm hearing. is what's going to get you through this. Okay? That means you're going to have to cut ties with everybody and start fresh and start over. Okay? Counseling can help, but I honestly feel like peer counseling, which means like people around you that are there to listen and give you a sense of support and advice without judgment is good. But remember, you have to be aware of people that are actually there to help or those that are going behind your back and talking crap. Okay. I still got to go back to the whole vehicle thing. The vehicle situation.
My mom was in a wreck. I was in 2 wrecks.
That's what it is. Okay. They're saying you have to be careful because it's like the whole vehicle situation. If it's been a repeat pattern over and over and over again, you got to slow it down or you got to be very careful because I feel like my tires skidding or doing something when the pavement's wet. Okay? So you got to be very careful. Open it.
Oh, yeah.
I know sometimes this is not what I want to hear, so you close off.
I got scared.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I want to close off. I don't want to hear anymore. No. So, but this is also a warning to you, and it's almost a good thing that you are self-aware and of your surroundings and how you're driving. Okay. They're also saying be careful of people around you driving because it feels like someone running the red light, or this has already happened maybe, almost like running the red light and then not being able to slow and skidding.
That was Zoe.
That was you. Okay. So I'm picking up on everybody in the room. I'm trying not to, but okay. It's okay. It's okay. But still, what's happening here is they're connecting that to what we're talking about right now. So even though we're talking about this about you with your vehicle situation, it still connects to over here. Do you understand? So they piggyback. So this is a warning for both you guys. Okay. Do you have any questions?
2022. I always said that was going to be my year because 22 is my number.
Okay. Now, I don't see any more kids. At least not for a while. Right? At least not until, like, married kind of type thing. You're not pregnant now, are you?
No.
No, okay. I was going to say. It's like, guys, you gave me that look like, you know. No. No, I don't see no more kids. Not to say that you're not going to have it or, like, the imprint is not there. It's just that they're showing me that your daughter will be bigger or older and you will be stable before that child comes in. Okay. The thing is that I know you mentioned girlfriend type thing, but to be honest with you, I see you with a male. Okay. And this male may already have a child. Okay. So the possibility they may not be you actually giving birth, but this person having a child too. Okay, and it's going to help balancing out because he'll know how to be a father and it'll be able to help with raising your child. This is way later. They're saying 14 years from now.
So we're actually gonna live. Like that's why one fear died 80 days from now.
Yeah. Well, coronavirus isn't going to.
No, not
us.
coronavirus. From anything.
Yeah. No. You're still pretty young, so by then it'll be like almost like close to your 30s, I think. Hold on. It's like 31. So like that pretty much averages out.
My mom had me.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
Questions?
Earlier we were talking about when I was 9.
Okay.
When everything went downhill. Something about a father. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that. Like, I don't know. My grandfather, he died, and from there things pretty much went
downhill.
Yeah.
Okay. He had colored eyes?
Yes.
Was he always, did he have a raspy voice? Or
yes.
like, and
in the end he did.
Okay. Did he mumble when he talked? What's with the mumbling? Or is that just a habit that he had? Like he would talk under his breath?
Yeah. because he talks.
Yeah, I know. So I'm saying I didn't want to say that, but like it's only when he talked shit he would mumble under like you know, and you'd be like what, and you're like he would. Okay, yeah, did the mumbling part. When I try to connect his energy, this part of my brain hurts. It just hurts. Which makes me wonder if there was some sort of head trauma or something that happened before he passed. Something with the head here.
That's weird because it wasn't him who had the head problem. It was one of my aunts, my Aunt Jeanette that I was talking about.
The one that we were referring to?
Yeah,
Okay.
She had a brain aneurysm.
I got it. That's what it feels like.
He definitely had a whole bunch of problems with his legs.
With his legs. They're not showing me that. And so when you mentioned your aunt with the brain, it went away. Like my headache that came just went away.
So what does that mean?
Hold on. What was her name? Jeanette?
Jeanette.
So I'm basically trying to get her to come forth. I'm bringing her forth. Apples. Hold on. I'm like, what? Why is she like making me feel like apples? Like, here's the thing. I kind of feel like, was she always on a diet? Or always trying to eat right, but it was always going downhill? Or what is she referring to about that with someone that's always on a diet but
My
never
grandma.
finishes? Okay.
Apples?
Yeah, I was like, apples. Like,
My
what
grandma's always up and down with her weight.
Yeah.
She's always been like, she used to be a yoga instructor. She's always been very, you know.
Right. Yeah. And it's so funny is that she's also, Jeanette is also laughing about that. About maybe she came back. Do you understand? Someone can not reincarnate.
Yeah.
But she's not up there anymore. She came back. She had the chance to come back and live here with us. Okay? That's what it feels like to me.
Ooh, I got
That
chills
might
'cause
be
I think about
why-
my daughter.
That might be one of the reasons why it feels like she's not really gone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I've never felt that before. That's why I was just kind of like, what the... Now, were her eyes more like a brownish or like a hazel? Because hers weren't so bright, like blue or anything. Hers felt a little darker.
That's my grandpa. Hers are darker. She had darker eyes, and she had a voice that you just can't forget.
Pay attention to your daughter and how she acts if it reminds you of, like, whether her face is or, you know what I mean?
My daughter's mean. Like, she, like, now that, whoa, that's weird. Because I thought about that when you said that. I was like, what if it's my daughter? Like, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But when I think about it, my Aunt Jeanette and me, we were always like this.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know much about her because I was so young. But I sang at her funeral or whatever. I was really upset when I found out that she passed away.
Okay. Yeah, her energy vibration is like she's still alive, very vibrant, still very... She herself feels like she was very outgoing. Not so much outspoken, but I hate to say the word loud.
She was very loud. Oh my gosh. She drank a lot.
Got it. So maybe that's what they're trying to describe versus not her being alive, but more the fact that she was alive, very, you know, loud and vibrant, energetic. That's what they're saying would correlate with that. Okay. As I said, I tune into her energy, and I'm only able to like describe what I'm sensing or feeling. And I know you said that she had the aneurysm, but at the same time, it's like her energy is just like whoa, you know, like you know. Okay.
She was very, I mean, when you say not outspoken, she probably wasn't the best person, you know, because her kids and her, they all had a lot of problems or whatever, but she was definitely like, when she'd walk in a room, everybody knew that was Danette, and everybody, you know, knew who she was.
Yeah, like I said, she was loud.
Yeah.
Yeah. She didn't seem to me that would be like that person that would tell it like it is, you know. I don't think that she tried to meddle too much in other people's stuff. Like, she would give advice when people would ask, but she was loud. And that's what people loved about her. Okay, she was the party, she was the fun.
Yep.
Okay. Hold on.
I'm scared.
It's okay. When it comes to you, health-wise, it just feels like a lot is on your shoulders, a lot is on your plate. And you have been having like anxiety or panic attacks yourself lately. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Been having a lot of outbursts.
Yeah. It's because it's all this here to me feels heavy. So it's like everything is pressure, everything falls on you, everything's on you, it's heavy. And so again, it's like, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if it's gonna get better. I don't know if it's gonna be okay. And so all that playing over is causing the anxiety and panic attacks. Okay, Spirit says that you need to just take one day at a time and learn to be appreciative of all the positive things, not to look at the bad things, right? Look at all the good things that have come about, and then keep focusing on that. Okay, and then you'll notice that the fear, the anxiety, the panic attacks will dissipate. They just shut the door on me. So it's like, I said what I said, I'm done. You know, it's easy they come in, they easily leave, like, you know. So I have to leave this with you. I hope this makes sense.
Well, I feel like you touched a few touchy subjects. It was definitely eye-opening because there is a lot going on in my life right now, and it did kind of just like everything unraveled. When you brought up year 2022, that definitely hit me really hard because I always say 2022 is going to be my number because 22 is my number. I feel like I'm still trying to figure out who this aunt is. I mean, I guess if it was Danette or if it was somebody else, somebody ever said, I don't know. I definitely want things with my daughter. I think it's cool that she's going to have a little brother. I don't know, I feel like I need to reevaluate who I hang out with and who I talk to now, and, you know, get rid of all the drama and just focus on me and my daughter right now. And, I don't know, guess check my surroundings a bit more. It's weird, the colored eyes, my grandpa, I miss him a lot. So, it was definitely, like, crazy. I come to realize that my grandmother, her name is Marion, she is actually still alive, and she does have heart problems. She is a very biblical woman. She does have the weight thing. So about my dad, there was a lot of he say, she say growing up. He was very verbally abusive, and now it's a lot different, and I'm still trying to mend that. Also with my siblings, right now with the he say, she say, we're going back and forth on a regular basis about my daughter.